And she's like, are you crying? And I'm like, no, I'm aggravated because you're not leaving. Welcome back to Dillian's YouTube channel. So like I said before, I've decided that I'm not going to get any subscribers, which is okay, because it's about the memories, and that's the most important thing. Anyway, I haven't talked about myself for a month, which is a shocker, and so a lot of things have happened, and I made a list on a sticky card thing, or index card, because I always freaking spend, when I'm editing, right? You don't see this, but I spend like 20 minutes, I swear to God, in between topics, figuring out what I'm going to say next. And that's not going to happen today, because I was actually organized. Did I organize it in the order of most importance? No, but I semi-organized it, which is the most important thing. Now that was hard. Okay, also, I swear to God, my hair is better. I've slept on it, tried not to mess it up, still ended up messing it up, so this is what you're seeing right now. And let's begin. First thing, I haven't seen you since New Year's. And my birthday passed, so we're going to go with that first. Now, ever since I was like 5 years old, I've been dreaming about having a license. And I discovered when I was 13 years old that you have to get your permit. In order to get your license, you have to wait 6 months after you get your permit. So 13-year-old me knew that I had to get my permit on my birthday if I wanted to drive as soon as possible. But that's kind of a no-brainer considering every kid that's 16 wants to get their permit. But whatever, I'm just... Anyway, so my birthday comes along, and I don't get my permit. No, a week... Okay, damn it. This is what editing is for. Okay, 2 weeks before my birthday, we're at dinner, and we're talking, and my mom was like, yeah, I have to order this thing, and it's going to take a while. It might take like 2 weeks to come, so you can get your permit. And she had to wait until the end of the year to order it, and I don't remember if it's like a social security card or my medical card or like whatever. But I flipped out, obviously, because I was mad. And then a week ago, actually like 4 days ago, I go up to her, and I'm like, I thought she already got this, and I go up to her, and I'm like, hey, can you get the thing so we can go maybe to the DMV like later this week? And she's like, oh no, the thing still hasn't come yet. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I haven't like even ordered it yet. And I'm like, it's been a month. It's a month. My birthday's on December 24th. It's been like a month after my birthday. So I'm older than all my friends, but all my friends are going to get permits before me. And of course I flipped out. I was really dramatic. Well, I didn't flip out to my mom, I flipped out kind of, and then I flipped out more in my head and started regretting all my life choices. Like, I don't really know how that relates to getting a license, but I just went through all my awful choices in life, almost cried, but that's okay. And then I got over it in like 30 minutes, so that was just a weird spurt of like emotion that I don't like. And anyway, the point is, she still hasn't got the thingy. I'm probably going to drive when I'm like 60, never going to get a license, and I'm pissed about it. And that's the end of that story. Next thing, I had a super big crush on someone. I think I was almost in love with them, which sounds cheesy, but I really do think I was almost in love with them. And got over them finally after like 3 months. So congrats to me. I don't know. I really liked them, and then I realized that like they basically don't care about me. Like, they would have issues all the time about stuff, and I would like comfort them and like be like, oh, it's gonna be okay, like, and always like text them and like whenever they needed me and stuff. And like I realized that like the little things I needed like attention with, like just like small things, like conversation type things, like, oh, I got a bad grade in the test, or like, oh, this happened, they wouldn't even like care, or they would just like completely ignore it, and they wouldn't be like, oh, that sucks, or like even like ask questions. So I was like, fuck this, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time in a relationship when you don't even want to hang out with me or FaceTime me or like have a good conversation. So I just got over them, and I'm happy because it was so distracting all the time. I think about them all the time, and it would just drive me absolutely insane. I was so annoyed all the time, and I was so like moody. Like I would be so angry at times and so happy at times and so sad at times. That's just like crazy, and I really like them. So glad that's over. No emotions anymore. The best situation to be in. I know no one cares, and I don't know who's listening to this, so if my friends are listening to this, this is not the flex, but it is the flex. I got a 99% in chemistry. Yes, I did. And it's impossible, because it's impossible to get higher. Oh my god. It's impossible to get higher than like a 90 on like any test, in my opinion. And for some reason, like, my luck was really good this quarter, and I got 100s on 2 quizzes, which count as a lot, and 1 test, which I thought I was going to fail. Okay, so this is worth sliding, but I'm going to be in here from now on because my mom is driving me crazy. And, like, we're not going to get into it, but, like, I just, you know, kind of can't deal with it anymore. Like, I'm just... Anyway, back to my chem stuff. So, like I was saying, I'm not smart or anything. Like, before anyone gets any ideas, I'm pretty dumb. I'm just had luck. Like, honestly, anything good or bad that happens to me is honestly just fate or luck. Like, that sounds cheesy and it sounds fake, but honestly, the day before I didn't study until the morning of the chem test, and I got half of the questions wrong on the practice problems. And I was like, wow, I might actually fail this. And I'm like, I might actually, like, this is the time where I actually will, like, fail a chem test. And I was so nervous. And then I avoided checking my grades for, like, 3 weeks. And when I finally did, I got 100. And I flipped out, like, not from happiness, from, like, shock. I was like, what? You know? And so, honestly, I think my life is based on luck. Anyway, so that's that. I got really lucky. And, there's this other thing. Okay, I don't know if my friends are going to see this. But, like, I probably will cut this out. But I'm, like, in a weird, like, position with my friends. Because, like, I don't even know what's, like, going on. Like, I feel like I'm not mad at them, but I'm kind of aggravated. Like, do you ever have those... Like, my friends are super nice, don't get me wrong. They're not, like... we're not in an abusive relationship or whatever. Like, that's not what's going on at all. But, like, I don't know. I'm, like, a person that, like... When people do things, like, really small things, like, multiple times, I kind of just, like... can't, like, deal with it anymore, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, like, one big thing. It's always, like, really small things that keep happening. And so, my friends have this thing where whenever I like something, I feel like I'm over-exaggerating, but I swear to God, every time I like something, like, I always get judged for it. Like, whether it's a movie, a TV show, a song, an artist, like, I don't know, like, whatever it is, I always get judged, and I'm, like, kind of tired of it, you know? Like, and I know they don't mean it, and I don't know they don't mean it to put me down or anything like that. But it's, like, just aggravating. Like, one time, I was talking about J. Cole, and love him. And one of my friends was like, I, like, hate all your songs. And, like, and it was, like, an obscure J. Cole song. So I'm like, have you even listened to it? And then she's like, no, I just don't like it. I'm like, what? Like, that just doesn't, like, it's just so aggravating. Like, you can't say you don't like something and not even, like, she doesn't even know the artist. Like, it's not like, oh, I hate, like, that artist. Like, no, she didn't even, like, listen, like, to any of his songs. I'm like, okay, bud. And so, that's annoying. Every time I like a TV show, it's like, oh, the acting's bad, or it sounds like the acting's bad, or it sounds like the storyline's bad, even though they haven't seen it. Wow. Like, it's just so annoying. And the moment someone else suggests something, everyone, like, starts watching it. But then, when I suggest something, it's, like, not good enough. So that's, like, why I'm aggravated. I'm, like, been kind of not talking to my friends. Like, I've been putting my earbuds in. I'm, like, not listening to anything they're saying. I'm not really mad. I'm kind of just, like, done. Like, and it's not just them. It's kind of like I'm just done with school and I just don't want to be there. So when I am there, I'm just like, just don't want to talk to anyone. So it's not completely them. It's kind of just school also. It's like them mixed with school, mixed with like stress. I just been in like a bad mood for like 2 months. So that's what's going on. And so I'm going to try like talking to people, which sounds like dumb, but I'm going to like do that again. Because it's not their fault. Like, I shouldn't be getting mad because they don't like my music. Like, that's dumb. But, like, I don't know. I'm kind of just done with everything. You know? Yeah. But, like, when my mom came in, and, like, I don't know if you heard it. You probably caught it on camera because you can literally hear everything from this camera. But she's like, what are you recording? And obviously I'm recording a YouTube video. Like, why else would I record myself? So I'm like, my sister said that, and then I'm like, no, I'm recording a suicide video, which I guess isn't funny to some people, but I thought it was going to be funny, and I regret it, because, my mom was like, what did you say, even though she heard me? Like, I hate it when people do that. I hate it when they're like, what? And they, like, know what I'm saying, so why are you asking what? Like, it's just so aggravating. And then I knew she was going to go off about it. I knew it. So I'm like, I don't want to tell her anything. Because once I say anything, she's going to go off. And I'm like, I don't want this to happen. And I was just like, nothing. And I said it like in a bratty voice. Because I'm like, I already know what's coming. And I was already mad. Because I already foresaw the future. Okay? I already knew what was coming. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. And I'm like, So I already got mad. It's like, nothing. And then she's like, what? I'm like, no, nothing. And I kept, like, saying it in a bitchy voice. She said, I'm going to take your camera if you don't tell me what you were doing. And then after, like, a few times more of saying no, I said I was writing a suicide video. And then she was like, for what? And I'm like, for a suicide. Like, what type of dumbass question is that? No, I'm recording a suicide video for my psychology class so they can study me and, like, decide whether I have a right to live and why I would want to commit suicide. Like, it's so dumb. Like, why else would you record a suicide video if you're not gonna, like, commit Anyway, this whole thing was blown out of proportion. It wasn't that funny, kind of offensive. Like, I know if I ever get big, this is gonna come back and haunt me because they're gonna be like, you're insensitive, blah, 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 but it was a joke, I'm sorry, before anything bad happens. And so she kept, like, putting her hand on the top of the phone to, like, push it down so I, like, couldn't see it, and I'm like, what are you doing? Stop. And then I moved. And she did this after, like, 10 minutes. She decided to just start bothering me, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, Mom, can you please stop? What? Mom, what are you doing? What is the point? Can you please leave?
Can you starting again?
Stop.
Stop talking to me like that.
Mom, stop. And it's like, when little kids, like, do something annoying and you keep telling them to, like, stop doing it, and then they're like, why are you being so mean? Why are you doing this? And they just annoy you just to fuck with you. It's like, why are you doing this? And it was just like, I was just annoyed, and I kept moving the phone and being like, stop. And she's like, stop being disrespectful, but you're literally asking for it. You're beating me. Like, you can't get mad when someone reacts in a way you expect them to react, because that's how you intended them to react, or else you wouldn't be doing this. And it's like, what? And I kept moving it, and I put my phone down. I'm like, can you please leave? Like, I need to, like, finish recording this. And then she's like, you can't be disrespectful. And then I literally went like this. I was like, and she's like, are you crying? And I'm like, no, I'm aggravated because you're not leaving. And then she was like, you can't talk to me like that, blah, blah.
Are you crying?
No, I'm aggravated because you're being annoying.
Okay, number one, you better calm yourself down and stop yelling at me.
Please go now.
Number two, don't get me angry.
okay? And I'm like, okay, I'm done. And I got up and I'm like, tell me when you decide to stop acting like a 2-year-old. And I left. And then, she's like, she followed me to my room and she's like, give me your phone. I'm like, why? And then she's like, so you were acting disrespectful from the moment I walked in, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, because I already knew what you were going to do. She's like, no, give me your phone. So I got my phone taken away for no good reason. Hopefully I get it in the morning. If I don't get it in the morning, I'm going to flip out because I have to spend a car ride with her in awkward silence because she doesn't put music on. I'm going to flip out. And that was the end of the day. Today was pretty okay, and she ruined it. So, as usual. Like, subscribe. No one's going to see this anyway, so comment. No death threats. No roasting me. Yeah. Peace. I'll probably vlog tomorrow because I'm thinking about getting back in the game. You know? Like, nothing's going to happen. But whatever. Okay, bye.